Guys, you're right, the perfect rice in order to make the perfect curry. Now, I don't know much about rice, but Romola does. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lana. Wonderful to be here.
Take me through this. I see that there's rice, so perfect basmati. How do we make it?
Well, firstly, basmati rice comes very well cleaned, but apart from that, you actually need to wash it. The trick of making good basmati rice is to place it into a dish and put water over it, usually warm water, and virtually wash the rice as if you're washing something like your hands. You do that with the rice.
Okay, so you actually wash it instead of just rinsing it.
Absolutely. Need to get away all that starchy cloudiness of the water away. Pour that away after several rinses. And then we pour that rice, we'll presume we've washed it, into boiling water.
So you must wait for the water to boil, always almost similar like a pasta that you
If you don't, you're going to find the rice actually oozes out its own starch and it becomes sticky. So what we do to avoid the stickiness, we drop a bit of oil in it. Now that's a little trick.
Now see, that's what your mother-in-law passes on to her new daughter, huh? I like that. You just gave me a mother-in-law secret there.
And of course.
So a little bit of oil in the water, a little bit of salt.
And there we go. I'm going
to
pour this away.
And we presume that our rice has been washed.
Yes, absolutely. You probably give it about 6 to 7 rinses.
Okay, as much as that.
Or you can soak it for a little while. We pour that in. It's amazing, Ilana, how many people find that rice cooking is difficult.
It is hard.
And it's not if you know what you're doing.
Okay, well, today we're finding out what we're doing. Of course, we're going to take this rice and later on, Ramola's also going to make us a beautiful curry because curry is our theme in the kitchen today. Do you stir it? Do you leave it? What do you do with it after that?
Well, usually I don't stir it with a spoon, but the way to stir rice is to either use a fork or a knife.
Okay, so you scrape it, you rake it almost?
You actually just go through it with a knife like that, cut through it.
Okay.
And then after about 15 minutes, if it's a basmati rice, of which there are so many varieties, you find 15 minutes is adequate.
Okay.
The trick here is to pick out your rice and then put your fingers between the rice. If it's soft to the touch, that's when you know your rice is just underdone.
Okay.
That is the point we take our rice away. As you can see, we have lots of fluff coming up to the top. We'll again presume that this has been cooking for at least 12 minutes.
Right.
We then take it off the stove and come along here. We pour this into a colander.
Okay. And you strain all the water off there, okay?
We strain the water, and not only that, we put this into a... it's very hot.
I'm going to turn this off in the meantime.
We put this under cold water. And again, you're going to take away all the starch.
And you keep rinsing?
Keep rinsing, not too much, but just cold water to separate the grains.
Okay.
Then we pop it back into another pot, like we've done here.
And this is what it looks like. Well, here's our actual rice.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Because there are 2 stages of cooking. The first stage is to get it just underdone, and the second stage is to get it to fluff. Now, how do we get it to fluff?
Yes.
So we just leave it there, dribble a bit of water. I normally just give it a little touch of water.
Right.
And some wonderful ghee over that, just a nice sprinkling of butter or ghee. And then on a very low heat, we steam it so that it fluffs to its totality.
Well, keep that fluffed rice because we're going to need it. After the break, Ramola's making curry. We'll be back after this.
Thank you.
It's at the All Seasons Milk Factory where we found goodness produced on a daily basis. Pick and Pay, always there for you.
This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. The kitchen is smelling amazing as our theme is curry in our kitchen today. And before the break, Romola showed us exactly how to make a basmati rice. Maybe drop a bit of oil in it. I learned a little secret. What's our secret this time? What are we making, Romola?
Okay, some nutritious lentils.
I love this.
And lentils also with vegetables. So we're doing butternut, onion and tomato. So it's called a Chana dhal.
A Chana dhal.
Yes.
Never heard of it, never tasted it, and I can't wait.
Well, let me introduce you. This is the whole chickpea called Chana. This is the split chickpea called Chana dhal. It becomes dal when it's split.
Right.
And then I've soaked it for about 20 minutes and you have this incredible color.
Are you trying to tell me that that's the same thing?
Absolutely.
Just soaked? Okay, you see, you learn something every day. How do we get started?
So again, on a tray, wash your Chana dhal, get the extra starch away. And in a pot, you pop in your Chana dhal. I use about 350 grams of Chana dhal.
Yes.
To a cup of butternut, a cup of onion, and a cup of tomato.
Now, listen,
and
this is boiling amazingly well. How long have you boiled this for?
20 minutes to about 40 minutes. So 20 to 40, you have still, the grains are quite apparent,
yeah.
and also the butternut.
Okay.
Usually they put in Indian squash or even a gem squash, but I like the butternut flavor.
Okay, perfect.
To continue with the recipe, we add a bit of lemon juice because butternut sweet, lemon juice sour. You've got the sweet sour.
Nice.
Of course, you've got to give it the salt. So
Little bit of salt.
don't be afraid.
I never
a
know how
little
much salt to put in though.
Well, I'm just judging it by the amount there is.
Okay.
And then we've got a selection of spices.
Okay.
This is the butternut, tomato, and onion that went into there previously.
All right.
We presume that's been cooked, and so now I'm going to add the red masala, a mixture of garlic
Okay.
and ginger,
There's our ginger as well.
turmeric for color alone, nothing else, just
Nothing
color.
else. It's beautiful.
And then a combination of dhania and coriander. So
Okay.
it's called dhania jeera.
I bought my first set of spices this week. I don't know how to cook with it yet, but I bought some. I really do.
And we give that a stir, and you can see it's already taking on a beautiful
I can
color.
see it's going darker and yellow. All right.
And now to complete the dish, you're going to need things like large, wonderful aromatic cinnamon and some cumin seeds.
Okay.
And we're going to temper that a bit, so I'm going to heat up some oil.
Yeah, I'm struggling with my stove today. I can't put it on.
No problem, let's swap it over.
Okay, perfect. So there it goes.
So we've got our tempering happening now, so
All right,
that
with our
means you're
oil.
going to allow your oil to come to a very nice temperature, because if it's a high temperature, you're going to extract much more aroma out of your seeds.
Ah, perfect. So it has to be a little bit warmer
You
than
can
normal.
automatically
All right.
hear the sputtering, can you?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And then into that our cinnamon sticks.
Nice. It smells great. Okay, what happens
A
next?
few more moments.
Yeah.
And we're going to combine the two, the dal
Oh, so you scoop it over.
and the lemon, yes,
Okay,
to give us quite a lovely, what we call a vagar, okay?
Okay.
So you can do it this way, or you can just combine it at that point.
By
and
pouring
together.
it in. Okay,
Again.
perfect.
And there we go. Give that a stir and give this the final simmer.
How long do you put it back for? I guess put it back in the
we're gonna
meantime.
put it back.
Right.
Give it about another 10 minutes or so just to simmer through, to get all your spices absorbed by the chana dal.
Well, it
and
smells
then
amazing.
finally we give it a garnish of fresh coriander.
So while you do that, our keyword for today is butternut. Butternut to 33728. And we probably want to see how Romola got to this point. Let's take a look.
Soak lentils in warm water. Boil water, butternut, onion and oil. Simmer for 30 minutes, then add tomato, masala, garlic, salt, lemon juice, turmeric, coriander and cumin. Heat oil in a pot, add cumin seed and cinnamon. Pour in lentil mixture, then simmer for 20 minutes. Serve with fresh coriander.
And our keyword is butternut. So butternut to 33728. And I'm already being fed in the kitchen because I'm tasting my first chana dal.
I'm cooling it down for you.
Cooling it down for me. Okay, here we go. This is amazing.
Wonderful.
And you're serving it
nutritious.
up with your basmati rice.
I don't have to. You know, in India they'd either scoop it up with a roti.
This is amazing.
But this
So
would make a wonderful combination.
could you just call it a lentil curry if you...
No,
No,
it's a chana dal.
It's a chana dal, okay? Don't call it a lentil curry.
So we go back to here again. It's really
And my
the
lesson.
split chickpea.
Okay, split chickpea.
That's right.
Romola, this is amazing.
And a final
Okay.
garnish of fresh
Make it
coriander
look pretty.
leaves.
I'm going to leave it here so that everyone can get to see it. So our keyword for today, butternut to 33728. You get a link to the recipe and you can get all those Pick and Pay products as well. Well, from Chana dal in our kitchen, we're going to the guys who knows what's good for our hearts and also for the hearts of our children.
Goodness can be found in encouraging greatness at the Junior Runners Academy in Soweto. Pick and Pay, always there for you.